I figured you already know what you want to say about this. What you have your thoughts on this, Raw. But it's been reported recently that the New York Knicks and Julius Randle will be having a discussion about a contract extension this summer.
Well, all right. So let's think about this for a second. All right. I assumed, my assumption, if I'm Julius Randle, if it was you, okay? So now, if you sign an extension this summer, I think the max you can get is 126.
Right. He's not doing that.
That's right. So if you wait till the following summer, you could get 200.
Right.
And you're going to get 20 this year already. That's guaranteed. You're getting 20.
Right.
So why would you even, unless he's going to sign a 3-year deal in between, like get something 3 years, 150, and then have some option after that to create more cap space for the team. I mean, or what was it? It'd be 3 years, probably be 3 years, 120, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Something that right. I mean, if you're going to do something like that, maybe, but I mean, I would just wait until next year and take the 200. Then again, I guess he's betting on himself, right? But he's going to get his money. He's going to get his money. So, I mean, it's just a question. I would discuss it if I'm Leon Rose out of respect. But if I'm Julius Randle, I'm going to wait until next year and get 200.
And if I'm Julius Randle, the way I'm playing, and Julius Randle has improved every season.
Yep.
Except for one season.
Yep.
The one season he has not improved was the season he joined us last season.
Yep.
But he's improved every season of his career.
That's correct.
And I expect him to do that once again, in some capacity. The question is he worth the max? Because I think the max at once he rejects is going to be worth somewhere around like 75. I think it's 75 million, which is
well, put it this way. Like I said, he'd be betting on himself, right? So let's say this. If Julius waits till next season and he's all NBA this year and all NBA next year, is he a max guy?
Here's the thing. And it's crazy because my thoughts on this is, I guess the question that fans are asking themselves is Julius Randle, and I saw Jay Boogie in the queue, but I think he just dropped. Is Julius Randle worth the max? Is he a number one option? I think that's what most fans are asking themselves right now. Is Julius Randle a number one option? And for me, the answer to that question isn't quite clear. At this point, since he's grown every year, I can see him growing into a number one option. He's shown flashes like today. Today is a good example. Today, he did not play well offensively all game, but the team carried him. But when it came down to hitting clutch shots towards the end of the game, he was able to get to his spots, take advantage of the mismatches, and hit some really tough mid-range shots to help solidify the game for us. So he has that ability, and he also attracts so much attention that he's able to make others, give other players enough space to hit those open shots. And that's something that you're going to want in a max player. But not only that, the way he's playing and the way Tom Thibodeau is here right now, I feel like he can help attract somebody else here. So I think the cons of letting him out the door are worse than the pros. I mean, the cons of not paying him is worse. I feel like, how am I saying this? I think letting him walk out the door would be to our detriment, is what I'm saying. Like, even though we might pay him,
you just now getting success in New York,
right?
Okay, so unless you're going to get a guy that's a top 10 NBA player right now, that's going to replace Julius Randle, you get a Kawhi Leonard or Antetokounmpo, or you're getting somebody of that caliber, there's no question you have to resign him. You're going to resign him. And so now the issue is not whether you're going to resign him. You're going to resign him. Now right. You want to do it like this. My discussion, if I'm Leon Rose, is we want to make sure we can build a team around you.
Right.
Okay. Okay. So the good thing about all this is Julius is 26.
Yeah.
So if he was to sign if he was to sign any deal he signs right now, whether it's 4 or 5 years, only gets him to 32, which is excellent. So we have a chance to build something around. I don't want to be like him, 34 years old, like Chris Paul, and we own him $44 million. You know,
I agree with you.
So if he's 32, and that's when he's getting to be okay, he still has some strong years that year left, barring injury, and we could still do something. So if we sign him this year, it would be actually good for the Knicks.
Yeah, it would be great for the Knicks if we actually sign him this year to get it out the way. But I don't think he's going to do that.
I don't know what is in his head. I mean, if he decides to wait till next year and take the bigger money, that's not going to hinder us because we can wait till after we signed all free agents and then sign him. We can go over the cap to sign him. So there's no need to push it. But if we sign him this year, we're in really good shape.
Yeah, we sign him
we got cap room and we got all kind of stuff, man.
No, you're absolutely right about that, Ro. I mean, listen, if we attract another free agent off season or mid next season, that saves us a lot of headache on figuring out if it's worth keeping. Because at that point, then it'll definitely be worth keeping him.
Yeah, no, I believe either way it's going to be worth keeping him. I don't think there's any question we have to keep him because we actually caught lightning in the bottle,
right?
Protecting this guy as he's now coming into his own. He's now maturing and realizing. Remember now, this is the first year he's really come to see. Like you said, except for last year, he's actually improved every year.
Absolutely.
So I think we're going to get more. We haven't seen the best of Julius Randle yet. So I mean, if that's the case. And then you got RJ developing nicely. So I mean, I don't want to mess with that. I want to keep that. I want him here, and I want RJ building with him, and I want our cornerstones: RJ, Julius, Mitchell Robinson.
I agree with you.
I want our cornerstones to stay. IQ and OB, if possible. I want our cornerstones to stay, and let's just continue to build this thing with them, and just get some veterans around him. I'm not concerned. I think Julius is a superstar in the making. We're seeing the development of a guy.
Exactly.
So if that's the key. That's going to happen. If that's going to happen, we have to keep him.
Exactly.
So, like I said, the good thing about it is that if we do sign him to a $200 million deal, yes, it would be more than he's probably worth. It would be.
That's the thing. Like it is more than he's worth.
I'm not worried about that amount right now. If we can make a finals run, I'm not worried about that.
Right. And I know people are thinking finals run. He's not good enough to make the finals. Like we're fourth in the East. We're fourth in the East.
Yeah, we're fourth in the East
without a real point guard.
Trying to play for the play-in. We're fourth in the East.
Right. We're fourth in the East without a real point guard.
Yep.
Without and with guys who are getting better on the fly.
Yep.
And not a true second star.
Yep.
So
not yet.
Not yet.
RJ could be that guy. So
exactly.
I'm very high on RJ being that guy, and Obi is, Obi could play, man. He just hasn't gotten the minutes yet, but he could play. So
he can play.
Obi could play. So I'm not sleeping on any of our guys at all. I think we got enough crew that with a little seasoning, and you add another player, one more piece.
Oh yeah.
And we're headed to the finals, man. I like our chances with that. So, no, I'm not sleeping on us. And to me, think about this now. How often have the Knicks had the continuity that they need?
That's exactly, Raw. That's exactly.
Right? So if you can able to keep these crew together and just add a piece to them, just drop Peyton, and then give me somebody else at the point guard. Hey, we are in good shape, man. We in good shape.
We need to do that, man. We're
in good shape.
We're on the same page as come because I don't know what the rest of the Knicks Nation is really. I've seen the Twitter debates and the Instagram debates, but I'm on the page of even though it might be an overpay. Yes, still talk to this man and go. I would bring up the history. Listen, you see these teams who overpaid, who paid these players such and such a money. This is their cap. You know what I mean? You are worth this.
Did you hear the interview with his mother?
No, I missed the interview with his mother.
She said some very interesting things, man.
What did she say?
He said that when it was time for him to look for free agency after that year when the Knicks signed him. He was saying before the Knicks signed him, he wanted to come to New York. And his mother,
I heard that. I've heard that before.
And his mother said, "Are you sure you know his agent?" His mother said, "New York is tough." And he said, "I'm very well aware. I want it."
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, for the sake of continuity, for not only that, it's not always is it about what Julius Randle or any player is worth, like on the open market, right? It's worth, what is he worth to the Knicks?
Right.
What is he worth to the Knicks? And so to me, if you, for the sake of the continuity and the guys we named in terms of our cornerstone players, and you add another guy that's another talented guy, if not a superstar, very up and coming guy, we could be tough, man. With Tom Thibodeau, we can be rough, man.
Yeah, man. I think their alternatives, if you don't sign them, is you risk another team getting him. Is you're setting back the timeline once again another another 4 years or so.
Exactly, and he's been durable, man. He's been durable. After his rookie year when he broke his leg, he's been durable his whole career. So he's got that. And the best ability is availability, and he's been available. So I mean, look at this. You got LeBron missing games. You got Anthony Davis is one of the most unavailable superstars.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, what's the use in having one of those guys if they're not ever going to be suiting up? You know what I'm saying? So no, I think we keep Julius if he wants to. I would love him to sign this summer for
please do, please. Please,
sign
man.
This summer, baby, for three.
Yo, get it out the way.
Whatever Max is, sign this summer, we'll be good to go. I would love that, but I just always think if I'm the player and what's the best move for me, and I'm thinking if I'm Julius and I know, I'm gonna come back, work hard. I'm trying to get that 200 mil, and
absolutely.
Even if I don't have as good a year next year as I had this year, but the team is successful, I'm still gonna get my money.
Exactly.
I'm getting my money. So either way, I'm getting my money. So let me just wait and see if I can get this 200. That's all I'm saying. But if he go ahead and signs this summer because Leon talks to him, whispers in his ear or whatever, and he's like, yeah, we can get another superstar. You sign this year, man.
Listen, yeah, I'm with you. I'm
good with
right. And I know some people are like, well, okay, we still have Obi. And this is what I have to say about that. I do think Obi will be a nice player, but I just don't know. I don't know, like you still don't know Obi's ceiling. Like I know he's gonna be a great player.
Obi is at least 2 years or 3 years behind where Julius is right now.
Right.
So, I mean, that's a best case scenario. He's probably at best case, he's probably 2 years behind where Julius is right now.
And I always say this, man, when you're thinking about what you want in a superstar and low key role, not even low key. I had an unpopular opinion a few years ago when it came to Kristaps Porzingis and including him in a Anthony Davis trade a few years ago. But this is when people still liked him. Before people still liked him. And people were like, would you trade him? And I was like, to be honest, yes, because when you're thinking about a guy to build a team around, one of the characteristics that you need from a superstar in my eyes, Raw, is someone who has the ability to post and take over a game, and somebody who has the ability to take advantage of mismatches and make other players better.
Not only that, be available.
And not only be available too. Back in the day, I never felt that KP, maybe he could do it, but I wasn't exactly sure that he was going to be able to make other players better with his passing, because he wasn't really a passer. And every time a point guard was on him, he couldn't post them, so he couldn't create double teams and mismatches for other players, make other players better. So with Julius Randle here now, he can do that, and he doesn't really have a glaring weakness in his game besides turnovers. You know what I mean?
Right.
So even if he's not in your mind, the best player to bring you to the championship, he is really close.
Yeah.
To not having any flaws.
He's just a summer of improvement from being. That's what I'm saying. You're talking about 1 year of improvement from being that guy on a trajectory that he's doing, So, and then don't forget, RJ's going to get better. RJ's going to get better. Randall's going to get better. Obi's going to get better.
Absolutely.
These guys are all getting better. And the reason why I can say that is because of the culture that they have established. They're going to get better.
They're going to get better.
Yeah.
It's just a thing right now. It's just...
Nobody's going to sit back and eat bonbons over the summer, man. You guys are all going to get better, man.
Exactly. And when your best player is a guy who's just going to motivate everybody else to go to the gym, because you know they was at the gym. They're in LA, his hometown. Yep. You already know they had a gym. That's my theory. I think the reason why they was even shooting so well is because he already had the gym lined up because, you know, he was already in LA.
Before they got this, true. I believe that.
Exactly. And that's going to be a pro for us because, you know, the Lakers are the next game up. It's in the same arena.
On the same gym.
That's exactly. Right. So I expect the shooting to be pretty decent on the next game versus the Lakers. But when you have a guy like that who's a leader and who leads by example and his work ethic just kind of fluctuates throughout the team, I think you have to keep that guy in the house, man.
He's gonna. I don't think, honestly, I just think Julius ain't going nowhere. We got you. Unless Julius has decided he wants to leave, and I don't get that from him. So I think Julius is staying. The only question is, will he sign with us this summer or next summer?